Hi, I'm Rich Harwood. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you today, but I'm glad to be part of this new initiative from United Way Worldwide. And I want to thank Brian Gallagher and Stacy Stewart for having us join you. You know, we're launching this initiative at an important time for United Ways and for the country. All across the country, it's clear people want to re-engage and reconnect with one another. They want to come back into public life. They want to be part of something larger than just themselves. They want to make a difference in their communities. But you and I both know nothing is automatic. For people, they're wondering, who can they trust? Who can they trust to create safe spaces where they can come back into public life and engage with other people about issues that they care about? Who can they trust to focus on the issues and the impact that they seek in their lives? Impact that will make a difference for them, not simply for the organization sponsoring the action. And who can they trust to bring people together across dividing lines in ways that we haven't seen in recent times? The question is, who can they trust? I happen to believe that United Ways in communities clear across this country are incredibly well positioned to fill this role. And my hope in working with you in this initiative is that we'll be able to accelerate and deepen your ability to play this role. Now, over the years, over the 20 years or more that I've been doing this work, I've found that when everything is boiled down, there's one central finding that I keep coming back to. Those groups, those organizations that are successful, all did one thing. They were able to turn outward toward their community. They were able to turn outward and know their community deeply and authentically about the issues and aspirations that people care about. They were able to turn outward and create impact not just on an issue, but in ways that created the conditions for change in that community over the long term. They were able to turn outward and become boundary-spanning organizations, groups that reach across dividing lines, groups that bring people together and incubate new ideas and spin them off, not hold on to them, but spin them off so others can run them and take them. Boundary-spanning organizations that hold up a mirror to the community so people can see their shared realities, which, as you know, is no easy task and takes real bravery and courage to do so and to stick with it over time. And these groups were able to turn outward and equip their staffs with the skills and the core competencies that enable them to do this work. We'll help you with that as well. It happens that over the last few years, we've been working with public broadcasting in this way, public radio and television stations in communities across the country. And the results are in, they're clear, they're conclusive, and I'm glad to say they're persuasive. The first one I want to tell you about is that the bottom line for all of these stations improved when they turned outward. At a time when most stations, as you know, were fighting for their survival, our dozen stations all increased their pledges and their ability to raise money from foundations. But even more than that, what was important was what happened in their communities. These stations were able to better align their programs with the real needs and aspirations of their communities. These stations were able to take their websites, which primarily served the purposes of the station, and transform them into community portals that serve the purposes of the community itself. And these stations were able to convene people from across the country as boundary-spanning organizations in ways they hadn't before. It didn't cost them a dime, but it won them a lot of accolades in the community. People often ask me, why is it that I wanted to join together with United Way Worldwide on this initiative? And my reasons are simple and they're clear. It's very clear across this country that we need to do our public business differently. And it's also clear from what I've heard from United Ways that there's a need to do business at United Ways differently as well. When you put those two forces together, we have the opportunity to create real change and authentic hope in the lives of people, in the lives of children, in our communities. I'm glad to be part of this initiative. I look forward to supporting you in accelerating and deepening your ability to create change, and I look forward to working with you in the coming months. Thanks so much for having us, and I look forward to seeing you soon.